Hey, I'm golf broadcaster Matt Adams. The updated and expanded second edition of my book, The Golf Round I'll Never Forget, Golf's Biggest Stars Recall Their Finest Moments, is now available. Readers can expect to march with Arnie's Army at the 1960 U.S. Open, relive Jack Nicklaus's remarkable 1986 Masters win, and be amazed by the Tiger Slam. The Golf Round I'll Never Forget, Golf's Biggest Stars Recall Their Finest Moments. Pick it up where fine books are sold, including BarnesandNoble.com and Amazon.com.
It's December 13th, and on this day in 1977, tragedy struck as an airplane carrying the Evansville men's basketball team crashed, killing all 29 people on board. After being delayed for a few hours due to weather, the plane took off from Evansville Dress Regional Airport that evening at 7:20, bound for Memphis and a game with Middle Tennessee State. 90 seconds later, the plane crashed in a ravine east of the airport. The Aces had just moved up to Division I after being a powerhouse at the D2 level, where they won 5 national titles between 1959 and 1971. Flying to games was a new thing for the Aces, but first-year head coach Bobby Watson wanted his team to travel like a Division I program, and so the team boarded the flight that fateful night. The NTSB investigation determined the cause of the crash was due to the pilot failing to remove locks on the right aileron and the rudder before takeoff, which caused the plane to have a nose-high attitude right after takeoff. The baggage compartment was also determined to be overloaded and not configured properly. The NTSB concluded that if just one of those issues had been present, the pilot could have compensated and kept the plane airborne, but together doomed the plane to crash. The tragedy was compounded further when the only player not on the flight because he was injured at the time died 2 weeks later in a car crash. Also on this day, in 1956, Jackie Robinson was traded from the Dodgers to the San Francisco Giants, but Robinson decided to retire instead. And in 1997, Charles Woodson became the first and still only defensive player to win the Heisman Trophy. That's it for today. More tomorrow on This Day in Sports History.
Hey there, sports history fan. This is Arnie Chapman, a.k.a. the Football History Dude, and I hope that you enjoyed this recent episode presented by the Sports History Network and were able to learn some good old-fashioned sports history knowledge nuggets. I started the Sports History Network back in 2020 with the mission to help podcasters find a community of like-minded sports history nerds, as well as helping aspiring podcasters to start their own shows. We have a little bit over 30 shows on the network right now covering all sorts of sports history, but as far as I'm concerned, we're just at the toothpick in the ocean moment, that can't even figure it out because there's so much more coming. We wanted to create the ultimate headquarters for sports yesteryear, starting with Podcast Network and our website, but we're going to continue to move into other mediums as well. And here's the cool part, because we want you to be part of our team. So if you're interested in starting your own podcast, or maybe being a guest on one of our shows, or who knows, maybe even writing an article for us over on the website. Seriously, all you gotta do is reach out to us on the contact page over at sportshistorynetwork.com. You can be as technologically savvy as a Neanderthal tapping on a stone trying to figure out this whole hieroglyphics thing back in the day. Again, it doesn't matter, because even if you don't understand the whole podcast space, we have a production team that can pretty much help you out with doing everything. All you gotta do, head over to sportshistorynetwork.com, head to the contact page, fill it out. That message goes right to me, and I'll reach out to you as soon as I can. But for now, dude, I'm through if you're through.